0712. Okay. Then we'll hear P 0812 2935 Smith Street, Alzira on Tunes.
I do Victor Veneta City Plan.
Would you speak to the microphone, state your name, start your name,
This is Thomas Bruce.
Come slide. Come slide. And you gotta get close.
My name is Thomas Bruce. Last name is A-N-T-U-N-E-S. That's what one.
what's your first name?
Thomas. T-H-O-M-A-S. A-N-T-U-N-E-S. 29 Smith Street. Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Tom,
You try this one.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'll answer the applicant, Alzira Antunes. Ms. Antunes is in the audience. Her son Thomas is going to testify. He has a great facility with English, and he's the one that's the primary mover and shaker with this application. Ms. Antunes has been a resident of Elizabeth for a long time. She owns a lot on Smith Street. Her proposal before this board this evening is to subdivide that lot into 2 lots, each individually conforming. Her son Thomas wants to build a family house that he will occupy. He's getting married soon. He wants to live close to his mother and also live in a new house to satisfy both of those desires. And with that, I'd like to move this one. Mr. Antunes, your mom was the owner of 2931 Smith Street, is that correct? You need to keep your voice up.
Yes, that's correct.
I want you to speak as loudly as you can, okay?
Oh,
Now, your mom and dad purchased this property back in 1987, is that correct?
yes, that's correct.
And your dad passed away in 1991?
Yes, that's correct.
And the property at the present time consists of an older 2-family house, a frame garage,
Yes, that's correct.
and the lot dimensions are 89 by 100.
Yes, that's correct.
And it's your proposal before the board this evening to subdivide the lot into 2 new lots, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And the existing 2-family house is to remain?
Yes, that's correct.
It's your intention that the garage be demolished?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, the lot or the existing structure will be 52 by 100, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And there will be a driveway and parking area at the rear of the property?
Yes, that's correct.
And the new structure will have lot dimensions, or the new lot will have lot dimensions 37 by 100, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you're proposing a new 3-story 2-family house?
Yes, that's correct.
The basement, or the ground floor area, will have a recreation room and a 2-car garage?
Yes, that's correct.
And that recreation room is going to be attached to the second floor apartment, which we would consider the owner's apartment. Right?
Yes, that's correct.
And this is the apartment where you will reside?
Yes.
Then, of course, there's a 3rd floor apartment, which is also 2 bedrooms.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, you're providing for 4 off-street parking spaces in the new structure?
Yes, that's correct.
And you're also providing for 4 off-street parking spaces for the existing structure?
Yes.
Now, you understand that should the board approve this application, you will be required to provide the curbs and sidewalks on the frontage? property,
Yes, that's correct.
as well as at least 2 new street trees, and you're proposing additional landscaping, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thomas, why are you proposing this subdivision? Why are you proposing the construction of a new two-family house?
Well, my mother's getting older, this way I can be close to her. I want to get married soon, and I want to have my own place. And this house will have my impact, design, and as well as materials. And I'm also close to her.
Should the board approve this application, it's your intention to start construction as soon as possible?
Yes.
Thank you. Anything further this witness, Mr. Chairman?
Commissioners, you've heard the witness. Any questions?
I call the architect.
DER, Professional Justice 215,
Senator has been here many times before this board, and as long as his licenses are in order, we would be glad to agree that he is an expert.
He also wants to be known as a professional engineer.
As a professional engineer as well.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Senator, you prepared the site plan in connection with this application?
Yes.
Can you describe the site, please?
The site is located at 29-35 Smith Street, which crosses Mark and Cross Streets. It's zoned R2 residential. It's primarily 1 and 2 family homes. There's a church towards the north end of this neighborhood. Most of the homes are 2, there's some 3-story homes as well.
And what is seeking for subdivision, is that correct?
Yes.
And both of these lots are conforming within the code?
Yes, the lots are conforming, as you heard from the applicant, the original width of the property was 89 feet, 100 feet deep. We are subdividing into a 52-foot wide and a 37-foot wide lot, both of which are adequate width to support the use.
We're proposing several variances, is that correct?
There are 3 C-bulk variances. In quick summation and then greater detail, there is a lot depth variance which actually drives the front yard as well as the rear building setback variances. The lot depth, as per the prevailing calculations, takes into account the properties on the opposite side of the street. These properties are approximately 150 feet deep, which creates a prevailing lot depth of 149 feet 10 inches. On our side of the street, the lot depth is 100 feet.
No, it doesn't.
Doesn't?
Okay.
The new one, yes, the new ones that we just sent to council.
Yeah.
I just commented to myself that if the new one, if that, what we sent to council had been in effect, they would be sitting here for subdivision, the subdivision holder.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's correct. So, on our side of the street, the lot depths are more or less 100 feet, and that's what we have. The front yard prevailing is 9 feet setback. As you heard the city engineer mention earlier, that's based upon an older development model. With the new homes that are typically developed in Elizabeth, they're 3-story with at-grade parking on the first story and parking in the front. So consistent with that, that's what our home is proposing: 2-car garage, 2 cars parked in front. So we have a variance because we have on lot A, which is the existing home, we do have a home that is and will continue to be 7 feet 2 inches from the front yard. It's pre-existing, non-conforming. Finally, we have a rear building setback variance, which is measured in Elizabeth from the street curb to the rear building. The This would be on the proposed Lot B on the new structure. Prevailing requires 46 feet 7 inches from the curb. We are proposing 74 feet 6 inches from the curb. And again, I would offer that this is due to the dimensions pre-existing. We have adequate, what we feel appropriate rear building setback. I would submit to the board and the public that we have a 25-foot rear yard, which is adequate for recreational use in the city.
Now, Mr. Zender, of the 3 variances, 2 are existing conditions, is that correct?
That's correct. The lot length and the front yard variance are pre-existing non-conforming.
And with regard to the 3rd variance, rear building setback, there has almost never been an application before this board for a 2-family that didn't require a rear building setback variance, correct?
That's correct.
Now, should the board approve this application, would there be any negative influences on either the surrounding uses of the neighborhood?
I didn't know, and I believe that's because the use that's proposed is in accordance with the zoning plan. We're proposing the continuation of an existing 2-family home and proposing a new one. We have adequate off-street parking. We're providing landscaping and trees. We're doing our part with use of storm dry wells to reduce the impervious surface in the neighborhood. So I feel there's no negative impact on the neighborhood by approving the subdivision.
And it is consistent with the master plan and zoning ordinance. It is consistent with the master plan and zoning ordinance.
Yes, it is.
I have no further questions, Mr. Chairman.
Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Zender? Seeing none, Mr. Andrew.
I have no further, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Neighbor? Is there anyone in the audience who has any comments regarding this application? If so, please come forward. Seeing none, may I have a motion? The application is seconded by Commissioner Brown. Secretary Urban, Commissioner Brown.
Thank you.
Please call the roll.
Commissioner Gonzalez? Commissioner Melvin? Commissioner Brown? Secretary Irving? Commissioner Southpaw? Vice President Wall? Chairman Bond?
Aye.
Mrs.
Brown?
Thank you.
Yes, she didn't hear, okay.
I got it. Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a 5-minute recess.